B&B spoilers. Sheila demands more face-to-face time with Finn in exchange for not going off on Taylor? The bold and the beautiful B&B spoilers indicate that John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, could step in and challenge his bio mom Sheila Sharp's, Kimberlyn Brown, actions toward humanitarian Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig. Finn's wife, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, saw her mom, therapist Taylor, and her patient, Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, way too close for comfort. Is this a sign that deranged Sheila is about to come out to play? Will Sheila go berserk? Sheila is loud and proud about Taylor saving her marriage to Deacon. But Steffi knows there is a complex dynamic at play. More than anyone, Steffi knows how unhinged Sheila can get, which is why she fears for Taylor, who has also been victimized by Sheila. Sheila ready to go off on Taylor? When Taylor and Deacon's emotional affair leaks, we predict that Sheila loses it in epic fashion. Is there anyone who can intervene and stop Sheila from going on a rampage? If Steffi thinks that Finn can level off Sheila, she will ask him to do so. Would Finn confront Sheila and remind her she is always one step away from jail stripes? You bet he would. Finn could smooth-talk Sheila, but Sheila is smart, and if she thinks she can use this situation to her advantage, she will. Maybe asking Finn for a favor in return for not breaking the law against his MIL. For example, we can totally see Sheila demanding to spend more time with Finn to back off of Tay-Tay. And if this is the case, would Finn go behind Steffi's back and accommodate his bio mom? Will Finn fall for Sheila's manipulation? This storyline has lots of delicious ways in which it could go. Betrayal, love, revenge. All the soapy elements are present. And if Taylor do get naughty and Sheila finds out, Sheila will have a major test in keeping herself restrained to non-violent ways of coping. That sounds like something a competent therapist could help Sheila with. Red Hot and Gisalicious the Bold and the beautiful spoilers hint that Sheila has a big decision to make. Be civil and law-abiding or rampage. Which option do you think she will pick? The halls of Aiel Giardino and the Forrester estate are echoing with a familiar, bone-chilling tension this week. If you've thought Sheila Carter had finally traded her villainous ways for a waitress uniform and a quiet life with Deacon Sharp, think again. The latest developments on the bold and the beautiful have sent shockwaves through the fandom. As the reformed, Sheila has just laid down a terrifying ultimatum that puts Taylor Hayes directly in the crosshairs. In a move that feels like classic 1990s Sheila, the master manipulator has discovered the simmering chemistry between her husband, Deacon, and her longtime rival, Taylor. But instead of reaching for a weapon, at least not yet, Sheila is using a much more surgical tool: emotional blackmail. Here is the breakdown of the very sad news rocking the B&B universe today and why Finn is facing the most impossible choice of his life. The ultimate betrayal: Deacon and Taylor's secret. For weeks, fans have watched with bated breath as Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, and Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, grew closer. What started as professional therapy sessions quickly spiraled into something far more dangerous. The chemistry is undeniable, and as of the January 21st episode, the two have reached a point where they can no longer deny their feelings. But in Los Angeles, secrets have a way of bleeding through the walls. Sheila, who has been desperately trying to convince everyone, including her son Finn and her daughter-in-law Steffi, that she is a changed woman, has finally smelled the scent of betrayal. Sheila's twisted logic. Sheila doesn't see her reaction as villainous. She sees it as a mother and wife protecting her territory. To Sheila, Taylor isn't just a rival. She's a hypocrite who is trying to dismantle the only stability Sheila has ever known. The heartbreak for fans comes from seeing Finn caught, once again, between the biological mother he wants to believe in and the family he is sworn to protect. The demand, face-to-face time for Taylor's safety. The climax of this week's drama occurs when Sheila corners Finn, Tanner Novlin. In a chilling confrontation that has viewers reeling, Sheila drops the mask of the grateful patient. She makes it clear that she knows what is happening between Taylor and Deacon. Her demand is simple but devastating. I want more time with you, Finn. Unfiltered, face-to-face time. I want to be your mother, and I want to be a grandmother to Hayes. If you give me that, I'll stay quiet. If you don't, well, Taylor has already survived one of my bullets. I'm not sure she'll survive my next move. Why, this is a sad news milestone. This isn't just another Sheila scheme. It's a tragic regression for a character who many hoped was truly on a path to redemption. For Finn, the news is catastrophic because Steffi's wrath. If Finn agrees to meet Sheila behind Steffi's back, it will likely end his marriage. Steffi has made it a hard no regarding Sheila's presence in their lives. Taylor's life at risk. Finn is a doctor. His entire life is dedicated to saving people. Knowing that his biological mother is actively threatening his mother-in-law, who is also his close friend and confidant, puts a psychological burden on him that is almost too much to bear. The broken bond. Finn's birth mother is essentially using Taylor as a human shield to force a relationship with him. It proves that Sheila doesn't love Finn. She wants to possess him. The fallout, a family divided. The sad news extends beyond just Finn and Sheila. The entire Forrester-Logan Spencer ecosystem is about to feel the heat. Steffi and Hope, an unlikely alliance? Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, has already been sounding the alarm, begging Taylor to drop Deacon as a patient. In a shocking twist, Steffi even reached out to Hope Logan, urging her to keep her father, Deacon, away from Taylor. Seeing these two rivals unite out of pure terror of Sheila shows just how high the stakes have become. Deacon's impossible position. Deacon truly believes in Sheila's renaissance, but his heart is pulling him toward Taylor. If he chooses Taylor, he isn't just choosing a new romance. He is effectively signing Taylor's death warrant. What happens next? As we head into the end of January 2026, the question isn't if Sheila will explode, but when. Finn is currently trying to dodge her at Aiel Giardino, but you can't outrun a shadow. Will Finn sacrifice his marriage to save Taylor? Or will he tell Steffi the truth and risk Sheila going off on Taylor in a fit of jealous rage? The drama is at an all-time high, and for those of us who have followed Sheila's trail of destruction for decades, this feels like the beginning of her most dangerous chapter yet. The fallout, a family divided. The sad news extends beyond just Finn and Sheila. The entire Forrester-Logan Spencer ecosystem is about to feel the heat. Steffi and Hope, an unlikely alliance? Steffi, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, has already been sounding the alarm, begging Taylor to drop Deacon as a patient. In a shocking twist, Steffi even reached out to Hope Logan, urging her to keep her father, Deacon, away from Taylor. Seeing these two rivals unite out of pure terror of Sheila shows just how high the stakes have become. Deacon's impossible position. Deacon truly believes in Sheila's renaissance, but his heart is pulling him toward Taylor. If he chooses from the bold and the beautiful is heartbreakingly dark, emotionally explosive, and deeply unsettling. Just when it seemed the Forrester Finnegan family couldn't be pushed any closer to the edge, Sheila Carter has once again proven that peace is never free when she's involved. In a devastating new turn, Sheila is allegedly demanding more face-to-face time with her son Finn, and the price of refusal may be Taylor Hayes' safety and sanity. This isn't just manipulation. This is emotional extortion at its most sinister. And for Finn, Steffi, and Taylor, the consequences may be irreversible. Sheila Carter's new power play. A mother's love or a monster's leverage. Sheila Carter has always claimed one thing above all else. She just wants her son. But history has taught us that when Sheila says love, what she often means is control. Sources close to the storyline suggest that Sheila has quietly but deliberately cornered Finn with an impossible choice. She won't make a move against Taylor. No confrontations, no public scenes, no psychological warfare. As long as Finn agrees to meet her alone more often. Not supervised, not through glass, not with boundaries. Face to face, personal, emotional, dangerous. For Sheila, it's the ultimate prize. Uninterrupted access to the son she believes was stolen from her. For Finn, it's a living nightmare. Why Taylor is the target and why this hurts so much. Taylor Hayes represents everything Sheila despises and envies. Taylor is the emotional anchor of Steffi's life, a stabilizing force for Finn, a mother figure who protects, nurtures, and doesn't manipulate. To Sheila, Taylor isn't just an obstacle, she's a threat. And that's what makes this demand so cruel. Sheila isn't attacking Taylor directly, yet. Instead, she's dangling Taylor's peace like a bargaining chip. One wrong move from Finn, one refusal, and Sheila could snap, unleashing years of resentment and obsession. It places Finn in an unbearable position. Protect his mother-in-law by giving his biological mother what she wants, or draw a hard line and risk Sheila's wrath exploding onto Taylor. No son should ever be forced to make that choice. Finn's silent suffering, a man torn in half. Finn has always tried to do the right thing. He's a healer, a protector, a man guided by empathy. And that is precisely why Sheila's tactic works. She knows Finn's weaknesses, his guilt, his compassion, his desire to avoid violence and chaos. Every meeting Sheila demands chips away at Finn's emotional defenses. Each conversation drags him back into a past filled with fear, confusion, and unresolved trauma. What makes this especially tragic is that Finn knows what Sheila is capable of. He's seen obsession turn into violence, love twist into possession, promises dissolve into bloodshed. Yet when Sheila looks at him and says, "I just want to see my son," Finn's heart cracks just enough for her to slip inside. And Sheila knows it. Steffi's worst fear comes true. For Steffi Forrester, this development is nothing short of devastating. She has fought tirelessly to keep Sheila away from her family, not out of cruelty, but out of survival. Every boundary Steffi set was built on scars Sheila left behind. Now, those boundaries are being negotiated behind her back. If Steffi learns that Finn is seeing Sheila more often, especially as part of a deal involving Taylor, the betrayal could shatter their marriage beyond repair. From Steffi's perspective, Sheila is winning, Finn is slipping, and history is repeating itself. The tragedy isn't just that Sheila is manipulating Finn, it's that she's forcing him to choose between the women he loves most. And no matter what Finn does, someone will be hurt. Taylor's unseen danger, calm before the storm? Taylor may not even realize she's become the bargaining chip in Sheila's twisted game. That's what makes this situation so chilling. Sheila doesn't need to act out publicly. Her power lies in the threat. A single confrontation, a whispered accusation, a destabilizing emotional attack. Sheila knows Taylor's vulnerabilities, her history of emotional breakdowns, her deep love for her children, her desire to protect Steffi at all costs. Even the idea that Sheila might go after Taylor is enough to keep Finn compliant. And that is the true horror. Sheila doesn't have to do anything to cause damage. The fear alone is enough. Is this the beginning of Sheila's redemption, or her most dangerous phase yet? Some fans may wonder, could this be Sheila trying to behave? After all, she's offering restraint in exchange for connection. But long-time viewers know better. Sheila doesn't change, she evolves. This strategy is quieter, smarter, more psychological. Instead of chaos, she's choosing leverage. Instead of violence, she's using emotional dependency. And that makes her more dangerous than ever. Because when Sheila finally loses control, and she always does, the fallout will be catastrophic. The emotional cost, everyone loses. This storyline is heartbreaking because there are no winners. Finn loses his peace. Steffi loses her sense of safety. Taylor becomes a silent target. Sheila sinks deeper into obsession. Even if Sheila keeps her word for now, the damage is already being done. Trust erodes. Fear grows. Love becomes conditional. And in the world of the bold and the beautiful, that is always the calm before the most devastating storm. What happens next? If Finn gives in completely, Sheila will want more. If Finn refuses, Taylor may pay the price. If Steffi finds out, the marriage may not survive it. This isn't just a sad chapter. It feels like the beginning of a long, painful unraveling. One thing is certain. Sheila Carter is back in control, and once again, she's tearing families apart without lifting a finger. Steffi's worst fear comes true. For Steffi Forrester, this development is nothing short of devastating. She has fought tirelessly to keep Sheila away from her family, not out of cruelty but out of survival. Every boundary Steffi set was built on scars Sheila left behind. Now, those boundaries are being negotiated behind her back. If Steffi learns that Finn is seeing Sheila more often, especially as part of a deal involving Taylor, the betrayal could shatter their marriage beyond repair. From Steffi's perspective, Sheila is winning, Finn is slipping, and history is repeating itself. The tragedy isn't just that Sheila is manipulating Finn, it's that she's forcing him to choose between the women he loves most. And no matter what Finn does, someone will be hurt. Taylor's unseen danger. Calm before the storm? Taylor may not even realize she's become the bargaining chip in Sheila's twisted game. That's what makes this situation so chilling. Sheila doesn't need to act out publicly. Her power lies in the threat. A single confrontation, a whispered accusation, a destabilizing emotional attack. Sheila knows Taylor's vulnerabilities, her history of emotional breakdowns, her deep love for her children, her desire to protect Steffi at all costs. Even the idea that Sheila might go after Taylor is enough to keep Finn compliant. And that is the true horror. Sheila doesn't have to do anything to cause damage. The fear alone is enough. Is this the beginning of Sheila's redemption, or her most dangerous phase yet? Some fans may wonder, could this be Sheila trying to behave? After all, she's offering restraint in exchange for connection. But longtime viewers know better. Sheila doesn't change, she evolves. This strategy is quieter, smarter, more psychological. Instead of chaos, she's choosing leverage. Instead of violence, she's using emotional dependency. Secrets never stay buried and old wounds never truly heal. The bold and the beautiful is once again steering straight into emotional devastation. Today's very sad news centers on a chilling possibility that has fans holding their breath. Sheila Carter may be on the brink of going off on Taylor Hayes, and the fallout could be catastrophic. Crying face. This isn't just another petty feud or heated argument in the halls of Forrester Creations. This is something far darker, far more personal, and heartbreakingly inevitable. All the signs are pointing to a storm that's been building quietly, relentlessly for weeks, and now it's ready to explode. A history written in pain and blood. To understand why this moment feels so heavy, we have to look back at the history between these two women. Sheila Carter isn't just another villain in Los Angeles. She's a walking reminder of trauma, fear, and survival. Every time her name is mentioned, it carries echoes of gunshots, manipulation, obsession, and lives forever altered. Taylor Hayes knows that better than almost anyone. Taylor has spent years rebuilding herself, emotionally, professionally, and spiritually, after surviving Sheila's violence. She didn't just endure physical wounds. She carried psychological scars that reshaped her entire outlook on life. For Taylor, Sheila isn't just a person from the past. She's a symbol of everything that once shattered her sense of safety. And now, that symbol is standing far too close again. Sheila's calm is the scariest part. What makes today's news especially unsettling is Sheila's behavior lately. She's been quiet. Too quiet. Longtime viewers know this pattern all too well. When Sheila goes silent, when she starts observing instead of acting, that's when danger lurks just beneath the surface. She's calculating, watching, waiting. On the outside, she's trying to project stability. Someone who's changed, someone who just wants peace, forgiveness, and a place in her son's life. But behind those carefully chosen words and forced smiles, something is clearly unraveling. And Taylor, whether she realizes it or not, is standing right in the crosshairs. Why Taylor? Why now? So, why does it feel like Taylor is about to become Sheila's next emotional target? Because Taylor represents everything Sheila feels she's been denied. Taylor has family, respect, professional credibility, a place in the community. People trust her. People listen to her. And most painfully for Sheila, people believe her. Every time Taylor speaks up about Sheila, even gently, even cautiously, it chips away at the fragile narrative Sheila is trying to sell, that she's reformed, misunderstood, worthy of redemption. In Sheila's mind, Taylor isn't just a survivor. She's an obstacle, and Sheila has never handled obstacles well. The tension you can feel through the screen. Recent scenes have been loaded with subtext, tight smiles, stiff body language, lingering stares that say far more than dialogue ever could. Taylor's discomfort around Sheila is palpable and rightly so. She's polite, restrained, but never fully at ease. Sheila notices that every flinch, every guarded response, every moment of hesitation. To Sheila, it's rejection all over again, and rejection is her greatest trigger. That's what makes this so tragic. Taylor isn't doing anything wrong. She's protecting herself. She's setting boundaries. But to Sheila, those boundaries feel like attacks. And when Sheila feels attacked, history tells us she doesn't back down, she escalates. A powder keg of unresolved trauma. This situation isn't just about anger. It's about unresolved trauma on both sides. Taylor has spent years healing, but healing doesn't erase memory. Seeing Sheila walking free, claiming peace and forgiveness, is a painful reminder of how close Taylor came to losing everything, including her life. For Sheila, Taylor is a living reminder of her worst mistakes. And instead of facing that guilt head-on, Sheila does what she's always done. She externalizes it. She looks for someone else to blame. That emotional cocktail, fear, resentment, guilt, and denial, is dangerously volatile. Today's very sad reality, no one is truly safe. What makes this news especially heartbreaking is the sense that no one is prepared for what's coming. Taylor believes in reason, therapy, and self-control. She assumes that distance and professionalism will keep her safe. But Sheila doesn't play by those rules. She never has. And while those around them may think the worst is behind them, the truth is painfully clear. The most dangerous moments with Sheila have always come when people underestimate her. If Sheila feels cornered, if she believes Taylor is turning others against her or threatening her fragile connection to her son, there's no telling how far she might go. Emotional damage may come before physical danger. Here's the truly sad part. Even if Sheila doesn't resort to physical violence, the emotional toll could be devastating. Sheila is a master manipulator. She knows how to gaslight, how to twist narratives, how to plant seeds of doubt. Taylor could find herself emotionally ambushed, questioned, discredited, or pushed into reliving trauma she's worked so hard to put behind her. For a woman who has dedicated her life to helping others heal, being dragged back into that darkness would be cruel beyond words. And that's what makes the story so heavy. The pain doesn't have to be loud to be destructive. Will anyone step in before it's too late? The question looming over every scene now is simple and terrifying. Will anyone recognize the warning signs in time? Ridge? Steffi? Finn? They all know Sheila's past. They all understand what she's capable of. But familiarity breeds complacency, and right now, complacency could cost Taylor everything she's fought for. Taylor has always been strong, but strength shouldn't mean standing alone against someone as unpredictable as Sheila Carter. A tragedy waiting to unfold. Today's very sad news isn't just about what Sheila might do. It's about the crushing realization that this collision feels inevitable. Two women bound by a shared past of violence and survival. One seeking peace but haunted by fear. The other claiming change but fueled by resentment. There are no winners here. Only potential victims. If Sheila does go off on Taylor, emotionally or otherwise, the consequences will ripple far beyond them. Families will fracture. Old wounds will reopen. And once again, Los Angeles will be left picking up the pieces of a disaster everyone saw coming. But no one stopped. Final thoughts. Brace yourself. As viewers, all we can do now is brace ourselves for what's ahead. The tension is thick, the sadness is real, and the danger feels closer than ever. Sheila Carter on the Edge is never just a storyline, it's a warning. They all understand what she's capable of. But familiarity breeds complacency, and right now, complacency could cost Taylor everything she's fought for. Taylor has always been strong, but strength shouldn't mean standing alone against someone as unpredictable as Sheila Carter. A tragedy waiting to unfold. Today's very sad news isn't just about what Sheila might do. It's about the crushing realization that this collision feels inevitable. Two women bound by a shared past of violence and survival. One seeking peace but haunted by fear. The other claiming change but fueled by resentment. There are no winners here. Only potential victims. If Sheila does go off on Taylor, emotionally or otherwise, the consequences will ripple far beyond them. Families will fracture. Old wounds will reopen.